Hello, my name is Justin Bright, and welcome to Kerbal Space Program version 1.2.2, in which I am attempting to make Kerbals a multiplanetary species. Alright, here we have the VTOL bus coming in with our crew of engineers that are going to be joining the base. We are coming in pretty dang fast. Nothing blew up down here, I hope. Yep, everything looks fine. Alright, so let's radial out. Trolling from here, yes indeed. There we go. Let's push ourselves in a little bit. The idea that we can get a little bit closer. Boop. Easy peasy. Alright. Alright, and now as our final engineer enters, we are going to smack into the side of the airlock as usual. Alright, jump inside the airlock, transfer into the training academy, and now we are going to move Desley, our engineer, who is probably level 2, I would imagine. Yes, level 2. Into the training academy as well. That was not the training academy. Into the training academy, like I said. And I want to see what conducting training is like. So let's F5. Conduct training. Ta-da! Level 2 engineers. Boom. Level up crew. Okay. It's already done. So I imagine that they will get this in a moment. Like, it's not showing there, but I'll bet you if I save and reload, it'll all be working just fine. So this means that I now have 5 level 2 engineers, which should really help. So we're going to put one over here in this workshop. We have another workshop here. Third inflatable workshop. And then the 2 big assembly plants. Bop and Bop. Those are the assembly plants, right? Yes. Cool. Okay. So let's open up the construction window. And nothing has changed. All right. So I've moved things around a little bit. So now I just have the two big assembly plants with the 5 engineers spread between them. 4 in one in the other. I've got all of them working on the same thing. The workforce is showing 15 in one, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It doesn't make any sense. And then this one's showing 3 of 60. So I have no idea how this is working or if it's working together in any reasonable way, or if I'm breaking stuff by doing this and double dipping the material kits. But either way, it seems like things are moving a little bit faster, which is just lovely. So in about 5 days, this should be done. So let's go ahead and add a timer for 5 days and 4 hours and 32 minutes and 20 seconds. And it should stop me ahead of that. And then we should probably also deploy the second kit. Okay, that seems to have gone okay somehow. Construction window. Let's go ahead and add this additional one to the queue for each of these. Construction window, add, and now hopefully it should start working on the second one as soon as the first one is done. Alrighty, so let's go ahead and we can remove that alarm because the thing is actually finished. Oh, that's right, there are 2 of them that are kind of stacked up very close, which is not great, but hopefully nothing will explode. Fingers crossed as far as that's concerned. Alright, so let's go down to the assembly plant where I have everybody stuffed in, and I did find out that the workshop efficiency is based on the number of seats available in the module, I think, and only one particular workshop can work on a thing at a time, as far as I can tell. Other engineers on the vessel aren't going to do me any good, but increasing their level, however, will be a huge help. So I may want to go and get Desley or somebody a couple levels, so that, and then bring them on back so that they can train all the other engineers, and that would give us much faster production, which would be pretty cool. But we are doing pretty well, I think, even now. So we have our first commodity return vehicle, and we're working well on our second one, it looks like. So let's resource it up. I should have the liquid fuel and oxidizer. Zoop, to get that nice and full. Perfect. And yep, exotic minerals we're gonna have to get transfer. Exotic minerals we're gonna have to refuel manually. So let's launch. And nothing exploded. Huzzah! That's awesome. Okay, so now we're gonna have to take this off of planetary and local logistics, and then go into the local logistics tab and fill it up with exotic minerals. Ta-da! 64,000. Okay, cool. You've seen me bring one of these back. I don't think you need to see it again, so we're just gonna go ahead and get that done. Or I'll launch that here in a moment. In the meantime, I just want to make sure that we are constructing... Oh, I think we were constructing before. What is happening right now? Is there an engine attached to something? Oh, I think I turned the engine on and this thing was actually... Oh dear. Okay, that's fine. Everything's fine. This is building. Looks like that's going to be another 4 and some odd days. So I will go ahead and put on a timer for 4 days, 3 hours, 17 minutes, 10 seconds. And boop. Cool. All right. So I'm going to get these sent back, and I'll probably come do the next one because that's the next thing on the list. But after that, we'll go do some asteroid stuff. So I will be back in a moment. Alright, so I'm sending back my second commodity return vehicle. You can see I have one moving over here, but I just wanted to show you really quick that I happened upon a really cool kind of trajectory. So let me just get to this node real quick. Alright, so what I found was I was happening to encounter the moon on the way back from Minmus, and if I swing around in the retrograde past its orbit, it actually is going to slow me down with a gravity assist, which is going to allow me to shave off a couple hundred meters per second for free, basically. So we kind of swing right in there, and see, that would speed me up and kick me out of the sphere of influence. But if I come around to the other side, slowly, so slowly, all of a sudden, look at this. Shoop. And there you have it. Whoa. Okay, that's fine. Now I have a 214 kilometer periapsis, and look at how much smaller this orbit is compared to this one, which is a direct return. So that's going to actually leave me a little bit of fuel left over to very accurately get this thing back home. See, 778 just to circularize, and that's enough to deorbit in a precise manner, which is really cool. I'm going to actually have to aerobrake this one to shed some velocity to accomplish the same thing. So that's actually a really cool thing, and also shows I need to redesign my return vehicle because I need to do tricks like this to get it to actually work properly. Anyways, carrying on, but I thought that was really cool. All right, so 3, 2, 1, launch. This right here is a crewed vessel that I'm going to be using to try to catch the asteroid that is coming through because it's hurtling through and I haven't figured out a good way to grab it. So I'm hoping that this is going to be able to get out there, grab it, and then process resources fast enough to use the Rhino engine that I have here to slow that thing down inside the sphere of influence of Kerbin, because as it stands, it's going to just fly right through and back out into interplanetary space where it does me no good. I've done a bit of processing of the ore and made some liquid fuel, and I'm making some more, but I think there's a limit to how much I can do with the Convertitron with nobody manning it. I think there's bonuses, because it's only working at about 5-ish%. So I'm not super optimistic about being able to make that work unless I get this thing out there quickly. Get those boosters off. Get this thing out there quickly and start processing resources. So I guess we're going to see what happens when we get there. Alright, so I think I've just about found my intersection right here. So we're going to head ourselves out about 2 days out, and then we are going to turn around and burn back to intercept, and that'll give us a couple days attached to the asteroid to be able to get everything set up and ready for the burn. So that is about as good as I could hope for, I think. So now I just need to get this a little bit tighter. Oops, oh dear. Yeah, this is going to be kind of a dicey burn. Oh gosh, I hit the wrong button. Gosh darn it. It was 800 and something. There we go. Okay. 60. Node 2, we're dealing with our inclination change. We want to get that right on target, so that our inclination zeroes out, our relative inclination zeroes out at the same time that I get there. There, zero that. Oops. All right. Yeah, we're talking very minute changes, making a fairly large impact on this separation here. But we're getting there. Separation going down. Perfect. Ah, so good. Okay, so this is the plan. So we're going to burn in 15 minutes to make this happen. All right, we are just now preparing for this burn. 2, 1, go. All right, so this has basically just a very small tank here, because I didn't want to include too much weight, and it didn't need all that much fuel to take with it. Ideally, we're actually going to burn off most of this fuel as we get in here. It has RCS and lots of torque to manage getting up and locking on to the asteroid. We have a Convertitron, which we will hopefully be able to use to convert ore faster if we end up needing to burn fuel a little bit more in a more speedy way. To catch up, and then a service module that is actually full. Ooh, it actually clips through the solar arrays. I don't love that, but it's full of monopropellant, science, batteries, and life support that we are going to be using to keep these guys alive for the week or so that they are going to be in orbit. Okay, so the next step is in about an hour we are going to do a little bit of a correction burn to make sure that we hit our target. So let's go ahead and work on that. All right, so intersection, as you can see, it fell off just a tiny bit, which is fine. We can fix that here. Nope, that's not gonna do it. Up, down, this way. Okay, we lost the amazing closeness that we had before, but this should be fine. I'm not that worried about it. 1.2 kilometer separation with only 800 meters per second of relative velocity, while I have another 2,000 to go, I think is not going to cause us any heartache. Alright, so let's fly this out this way. All right, coming up on our correction burn here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, And finish it off as carefully as possible. Now we're actually going to flip over and do RCS just to make sure that we are as close as we can be. Just tapping that down, 4.5. Oops, that goes way up. There we go. 0.2. Awesome. Oh, that's so good. Okay. So, let's, not a burn, but the time... closest approach. How about 10 minutes away from the closest approach? There we go. So we will be in there in 2 days, and these folks have enough of everything to handle this and getting back down to Kerbin and then getting back home. So that should work out just fine. Oh dear. We resume our broadcast already in progress of a commodity return vehicle screaming overhead out of control. I have made some mistakes in re-entering this particular one. I had it going through a couple different aero braking passes and I got a little too exuberant on one of them, but we're relatively close. I just hope I can get control of the vessel before I smash. Let it go! Air brakes! Heat shield! Drogue chutes! Real parachutes! Okay, I think we've got this under control now. Alright, well, we overshot by about 37 kilometers, but I think that this should be just fine as we splash down and recover. Alright, so we got 96.2%. That will do just fine. That gets us 9.8 million funds. Beautiful. Alright, so let's swing in towards where we are going to be meeting the asteroid. Yeah, we are encountering nearly perpendicular, which is not ideal, I don't think, but the relative velocity doesn't look too terribly bad, to be honest. Almost there. We are almost at the rendezvous. There it is. Look at that thing. You can see it. It's huge even from here. Alright, so we're going to try to trigger this burn right on time so that we meet up with the asteroid. Alright, let's match that orbit. And the nice thing about this particular setup is this thing has a TWR of almost 3 or 4, so this thing is able to execute a burn like this in a pretty quick amount of time. Good lord, look at that thing go. Oh, that's terrifying. Just seeing that reference frame flip into place. Well, and I still have a bunch of fuel left, which is, I guess that'll be nice because I'll be able to add that to the fuel that we use going forward here. Alright, so we have intercepted. So let's save the game. And let's get over there. Okie dokie. I would like to be roughly on the opposite side of all this craziness, because I want to make sure that we are pointed down the center of mass. So I kind of want to be on the other side of this stuff, if possible. Alright, we are going to arm our... arm the advanced grabber, and then have trouble figuring out what way we're pointing. Looks like we've got 4 days of habitation left, so we should be able to make it back. All very theoretical at this point. What am I doing? Oh, off home row. Don't forget home row, everybody. Alright, we are making our final approach on this asteroid. hopefully we will be grabbing on very nicely right here, which is roughly opposite to all the other mass that we have on it, which is the other equipment I have on the opposite side. And we bounced right off. That's pretty cool. Hold on. Let's try a little bit faster, maybe? Bounce. What the heck? Here, just wiggle it around, maybe. Come on. What is your deal? I don't understand why this is so... Oh, no, no! Oh, geez. Okay. Why with the bouncing? There we go. Now we got it. Okay, so... we are going to... This thing is wiggling quite a bit. I don't like that. Can I auto strut that to the heaviest part? That way hopefully everything is auto strutted to the asteroid itself. Same thing over here. Now I would like to control from here. Let's see the center of mass. Looks like we're pretty close to through the center of mass of this asteroid. So I guess we're going to see how that's going to go. And ore is at 0. Why is ore at 0? Did we stop? Why did we stop? I don't know why we stopped. No surface impact. What do you mean no surface impact? Alright, hold on a second. Okay, maybe that helped. Hopefully that helped. Let's see. Start asteroid harvester. There we go. Very nice. Okay. So, we've got ore coming in. Let's start all of our asteroid harvesters really quick. Start. Because I want to start seeing what we can do as far as getting this thing rolling. And I don't want to be boxed in by any other values. So it looks like this convertatron is up to 65% load now with the LF and O. And if I do this other one, LFO, that one starts getting up to temperature. Stop. There, let these get up to temp. I forgot that I needed to worry about temperature on these. Alright, but we... time warping ahead to let the temperatures start to stabilize. Okay, so... let's see. LFO, 65% load. That's pretty good, I think. We're still netting positive ore, but we're also netting a lot of liquid fuel and oxidizer here. This one's also 65% load and warming up a little bit. Let's see. I wonder if I do this and this and that. I'm still netting positive on ore, even though I'm just really working these convertatrons as hard as I possibly can. But we are creating fuel and oxidizer at a pretty rapid pace at this point, which is pretty dang nice. All right, so I'm just going to turn this off because that's not going to do us any good, I don't think. So now it's up to this Rhino engine, which is also not going to have very good delta V, to be honest, but it should, I hope, be enough to make this happen. So let's save the game again. Now that we got everything all nice and set up. And see what it's going to take us to get into a decent orbit down here. So circularizing is going to cost us 889 meters per second. That hasn't actually changed at all. What's our inclination? About 3 degrees? That's fine, but can I... before we get to this, let me actually target... let's target Kerbal Space Center. Nah, that's not a good place to do. That's not a good place to work on our inclination at all. Yeah, my ascending and descending nodes do not seem to be cooperating with me here. But it looks like we would need about 70 meters per second, which we can do in about 3.5 minutes, it looks like. Looks like Kerbal Engineer is giving up on figuring out what I'm doing here, but that shouldn't cause us too much trouble. All right, so let's test movement. Ideally, well, shoot, I left those on. If I shut off monopropellant, damn, I still have something with monopropellant. What has monopropellant still? Ah, the Mark 1-2 command pod has monopropellant. Well, it won't in a second here. And thump. Okay, we just want to use rock, because that is basically free as far as we're concerned here. So what we're going to try right now is we are going to try to do some inclination correction so that I can see what this might look like as far as the kind of burn. Like, are we actually able to make this happen or what? But unfortunately, we are all out of time, so that is going to have to wait until the next episode. So if you enjoyed this one, please leave me a like and subscribe, share and tell your friends, and I will see you in the next episode.